How can you know if God's trustworthy? You know God's trustworthy because Jesus rose from the dead. Jesus rising from the dead validates his phrase, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father but through me. That validates it. So that's how we know God is trustworthy. But how do we know Jesus rose from the dead? We know Jesus rose from the dead because all the disciples died a torturous death, saying we saw him risen from the dead. Would anyone ever die a torturous death, being tortured to death, keeping a lie in? If it was a lie, no one has ever been able to do that. Even the top trained soldiers in the world told me, personally, a black ops guy told me he didn't think anyone could ever do that. All the disciples were tortured to death. Bartholomew was filleted alive, a common form of torture where you fillet the muscle off you like a fish while he was alive. All he had to do was say, I didn't see Jesus risen from the dead. But he saw him. Thaddeus was shot to death by arrows, but Matthias was thrown from the pinnacle of the temple and beaten to death with clubs. Peter was crucified upside down on a cross. James was beheaded. Matthew was beheaded. All of them died saying, we saw Jesus risen from the dead. You can trust God. Jesus rose from the dead. See ya.